Isaac lived in a small ranch house in Meridian Hills next to this fancy private school. We sat down in the living room while his mom went off to the kitchen to make dinner, and then he asked if I wanted to play a game. Sure, I said. So he asked for the remote. I gave it to him, and he turned on the TV and then a computer attached to it. The TV screen stayed black, but after a few seconds a deep voice spoke from it. Deception. The voice said, "One player or two?" Two, Isaac said. Pause. He turned to me. I play this game with Gus all the time, but it's infuriating because he is a completely suicidal video game player. He's like way too aggressive about saving civilians and whatnot. Yeah, I said, remembering the night of the broken trophies. Unpause. Isaac said. Player 1, identify yourself. This is player 1's sexy voice. Isaac said. Player 2, identify yourself. I would be player 2, I guess. I said. Staff Sergeant Max Mayhem and Private Jasper Jacks awake in the dark. Empty room. Approximately 12 feet square. Isaac pointed toward the TV, like I should talk to it or something. I said. Is there a light switch? No. Is there a door? Private Jacks locates the door. It is locked. Isaac jumped in. There's a key there's a key above the door frame. Yes, there is. Mayhem opens the door. The darkness is still complete. Take out knife, Isaac said. Take out knife, I added. A kid, Isaac's brother, I assume, darted out from the kitchen. He was maybe 10, wiry and over-energetic, and he kind of skipped across the living room before shouting in a really good imitation of Isaac's voice, "Kill myself." Sergeant Mayhem places his knife to his neck. Are you sure you... No, Isaac said. Pause. Graham, don't make me kick your ass. Graham laughed giddily and skipped off down the hallway. As Mayhem and Jax, Isaac and I felt our way forward in the cavern until we bumped into a guy whom we stabbed after getting him to tell us that we were in a Ukrainian prison cave, more than a mile beneath the ground. As we continued, sound effects are raising underground river, voices speaking in Ukrainian and accented English registered the cave. But there was nothing to see in this game. After playing for an hour, we began to hear the cries of the desperate prisoner, pleading, "God help me! God help me!" Pause. Isaac said, "This is when Gus always insists on finding the prisoner, even though that keeps you from winning the game. And the only way to actually free the prisoner is to win the game. Yeah, he takes video games too seriously," I said. "He's a bit too enamored with metaphor." Do you like him? Isaac asked. Of course I like him. He's great, but you don't want to hook up with him. I shrugged. It's complicated. I know what you're trying to do. You don't want to give him something he can't handle. You don't want him to Monica you, he said. Kinda, I said. But it wasn't that. The truth was, I didn't want to Isaac him. To be fair to Monica, I said, what you did to her wasn't very nice either. What I do to her? He asked, defensive. You know, going blind and everything. But that's not my fault, Isaac said. I'm not saying it was your fault. I'm saying it wasn't nice.